Hello, beautiful people. Today we're going to be diving into a topic that often is overlooked, especially when it comes to men. The importance of not hiding your emotions and embracing vulnerability. Oh man, we are ready to buckle in, okay? Society has long told us that showing our feelings is a sign of weakness. I'm sure there's a lot of people that can relate to this, okay? But today we are going to challenge that idea and explore the real strength in being emotional and open. All right. So, really quickly, childhood expression versus societal rules. I'm sure you guys all remember this when we were kids, expressing our emotions. It came naturally, right? We often were happy, we would laugh. And when we were sad, we cried. But as we grew older, society started setting these rules, especially for men, when we were told to man up, you know, and not show any feelings, and vulnerability was seen as a form of weakness. And now understanding this, how detrimental that's been to us as men, and I'm sure a lot of us can relate, right? And I'm not talking about weakness, and I'm not talking about where it changes your whole identity. It's just expressing your emotions in a healthy way, right? Because there are some long-term effects when it comes to our emotional health. So let's talk about that. What are some of these long term effects of hiding our emotions? And hiding those emotions can lead to serious long term problems. When you bottle up feelings, they don't just go away, they come out in other ways. For example, like if you're holding back sadness, that can easily turn into anger. And this is why a lot of men in society are just naturally angry, because they're holding in emotion, right? So you might not be crying, but that emotion is still there. It's festering and affecting your mental and physical health. You want to think of it like you're bottling up emotions, right? So you're keeping these emotions inside that can lead to stress, anxiety, and even depression. It's like shaking a soda bottle, right? If you think of like a soda can, eventually it's going to explode, and when it does, boy, is it ever, violent, right? And this is what leads to people doing violence and things like that. That's why I want to make this video, just so you guys can kind of really understand. So anger and resentment, when we don't express our true feelings, we can become irritable, resentful. This anger can damage relationships with loved ones, friends, and even colleagues. Um, and of course, in relationships. So, not being emotionally open can ruin relationships. Partners may feel, like disconnected and unloved when a person is emotionally closed off. It just creates a barrier to intimacy and trust. Um, so, what are some ways of overcoming fear? I used to be afraid of showing vulnerability. Growing up, I was told that being emotional was weak and not manly. It took me a long time to realize how wrong this idea is, and I've just worked through these challenges and discovered that expressing my emotions has made me stronger and more connected with those that are around me. You know, it's funny because I've heard this a lot. When I tell people like you want to, express your emotions freely, people will often say, "Well, I'm afraid to show vulnerability because the last person that I was with, or a parent, they made fun of me, or they made me feel less than." And as traumatic as that situation was, it's a sign that you needed to distance yourself from those toxic relationships or those situations. And of course, if this is a spouse or a partner that's making you feel this way, it's crucial to recognize that you need to get out of that relationship. Because holding on to such toxic dynamics can hinder your growth and well being. So just like in my other video, what you resist persists, the more you suppress your emotions, the more they will continue to affect you negatively. So to grow from this, you need to say firmly no to the people around you who are making it hard for you to handle your emotions. They're not doing you any good. And as you become more comfortable with yourself and start loving yourself, right? The people around you will change and support your emotional growth. This is just human nature. This has nothing to do with gender whatsoever. And that's really what this video is to tell you guys, is that there has nothing to do with gender. That is just something that is made up, and we need to change it immediately. I'm going to give you guys another analogy, right? Because this is something that was also very eye opening for me too, right? So let's talk about skincare, right? Many men don't take care of their skin. I do now, especially the same way women do. And I'm not talking about makeup, I'm just talking about basic skincare. And society has taught women to take care of their skin while men have often been left out of that conversation, because the truth is, skin is skin, regardless of the gender, right? We all have the same skin. It's just a matter of, we've determined that, men and women, for whatever reason, it's not the same when it is, right? So when that was finally, just like as simple as someone saying that to me, um, and it realized that, like, you know what, I do need to take care of my skin. Like, I do see the harms. I am seeing that in older men, and if I don't take care of my skin, I am going to have problems. That I started to shift and make those changes, right? So your emotions need attention too, and that's really what we're talking about. So what are some healthy ways to approach emotions? Let's talk about, like, acknowledging your feelings. First step is to recognize and accept your emotions. It's okay to feel sad, angry, or scared. These are just all normal emotions. When you find ways to express your feelings, this could be through talking to a friend, even just writing this stuff down, or even seeing a therapist. There's nothing wrong with seeing a therapist. And I think you guys understand that. I'm sure the people that are watching this video really understand that. And personal growth is just, it's not about there's being something wrong with you or fixed. It just means you are trying to realign with your truth, because this is human nature, and who we are as individuals, we've just forgotten, right? Practice vulnerability. Start small, share your feelings with someone you trust. You'll find that being open can strengthen your relationships and build deeper connections. I attest to this all the time, right? And just like with skincare, emotional care is essential. Take care of yourself, practice mindfulness, and engage in activities that make you feel happy. So I hope this helps a lot, you guys, because hiding emotions is not a sign of strength. It is a recipe for long term problems. And embracing vulnerability and expressing your feelings is where true strength lies. By acknowledging and dealing with our emotions in a healthy way, we can improve our mental health, strengthen our relationships, and live a more fulfilling lives. So again, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Share this video with whoever needs to hear it, because it's time. It's a society. We just need, everything needs to change. Let's get rid of these norms and make it where it's healthy. It doesn't have to be over exaggerated or anything like that. It's just being in alignment with your true self. And this is going to go a long way in your personal growth and development, because I can only share my own personal experiences. And that's what I do on this channel. So please like and subscribe, comment below. Tell me, what's going on, how you guys are feeling. And if there's any other topics that you would like me to talk about, I've got some really cool stuff that I'm thinking about doing, that I'm going to be sharing with you guys soon. So definitely hit the notification bell so you guys can stay up to date on what is going on. I've got my social media links down below. And until next time, you guys, make it a great day. Take care.